I'm talking to Barbara Mittere this afternoon, and Barbara's going to tell us all about music and healing. Barbara, a very, very good afternoon to you.
Hello. What a pleasure to be here today.
The pleasure is all mine. Barbara, kurz gefasst, very short, music and healing, please.
That's such a wonderful topic that you're bringing alive. I've done music for such a long time in my life, but it took me quite some time to realize the power that music holds to transform, to heal, and to open up spaces for people to move into healing too, to open up spaces and places in people where they can dive deeper into themselves and where they sense parts within them that might have not been opened up by words or by simply talking about it. It also took me quite some time to realize that it's not just songs that I'm writing, but it's actually healing art that I create. Whenever I write music, I write it for a specific purpose, for example, for funerals, for transitions of souls, for a couple, for a ceremony, for anything I've experienced myself that I want to process. But I write it with an intention, and the intention is to heal. For my experience, whenever there is intent behind it, it has a certain effect on people when they're open to it. So I think the healing part first also included because of sound itself, because music and sound has healing frequencies, and additional the way we create it and the depth and vulnerability and the wording we choose and the intention we put in, I think is increasing the beauty and the level of healing that can appear for the ones who receive it and also for myself when I feel it and create it.
Barbara, you say feeling and creating. Which form does your music take? Is it slow, melodic, or is it something with a bit of a beat? What is the best kind of music for healing?
I don't think there's a best way because depending on if I am speaking to anger, I love working with my drum and with loud sounds and with intense sounds that are coming from deep within the body because it is something really powerful within us. Or if I am addressing grief or pain or despair, it's a very different energy and a different sensation and feeling. So, whatever you need in this moment, or whatever I am processing or want to bring forth, this is the thing I'm choosing. Sometimes I don't think I'm consciously choosing what I do. I think it's more like I'm a vessel of receiving what wants to be brought forth and how this feeling is expressed in art. So, and I think it also is really different depending on the person who is receiving it. One needs this, one needs the other thing. So I don't think you can generalize this. What's the best?
Okay. Is there a special kind of music for funerals? Must it be sad and very, very slow and with deep feeling, or is there another way as well?
No, not at all. So, for example, one song I wrote, which is very dear to my heart, I wrote it for a young mother who died really out of out of nowhere. And this song is really light and really people told me when I sang it on a funeral that the church got really bright and the energy got really light and warm hearted. So it really depends also what kind of message wants to come forth through me and through the music. It doesn't have to be like we don't have to push like the button to make it even more painful. I think it can be something that is soothing our heart, like words that are nourishing our heart, words that are like if we snuggle into a blanket, this can music be for us. It like hugs us. It's all around us. It moves through us. So it's supposed to bring the love and the connection forth rather than like adding to the pain that's already there.
Okay, so your music is actually helping people in bad times by the sounds of it. It sounds very, very positive, I may say. Barbara, when did you first discover that you had this power with music?
I think people around me discovered it very early. They always said they were really touched when I'm singing, when I was already 12, 13, 14 years old in the music school. And then after when I sang at weddings and stuff like this. But I realized what music did for me when I stopped singing because I had an atomic problem. So I couldn't sing for 2 or 3 years.
What is an atomic problem?
Not anatomic,
Oh,
sorry.
so okay. I thought you said an atomic, like an atom bomb,
Sorry, an anatomic problem.
an anatomic. Well, whatever that is.
My voice was damaged, so I couldn't sing.
Oh dear. Mm.
And this is where I realized what music means to me because I was going through a breakup and I was just yearning for singing because I felt like this is how I could heal. Just actually that I create my own music is just since 1 year, and that I allow myself to really receive music and to really sing freely and improvise and really pick up the frequencies and energies in a space when I am doing improvisation concerts or like channel songs in the moment. This just came like half a year ago, not that long.
Sounds very, very interesting. But Barbara, did you learn to sing, or is it something that's autodidact, as they say? Did you teach yourself?
No, I went to between 12 and 18, I went to the music school.
Wow. Mm.
And after 18, I haven't had training anymore. But I
Okay.
started with training there.
And have you got any higher ambitions? For example, singing in the opera or something like this, maybe.
I have a big vision, yes. I see myself singing in the most beautiful natural environments, like in somewhere a big concert at the ocean or in the deep forest or in the desert or in like caves where people are just also getting connected to this natural state of being and to their pure essence through the surrounding. So like all of it kind of like adds up to it.
Okay.
It's chosen like really consciously where to sing, and I think nature is the most powerful place to receive this.
Okay. What about music for people who are very depressed? It helps, I've heard. Can you fill us in a little bit on that?
As I said before, sound has healing frequencies. Like there are different frequencies that match with different chakras, for example, with different energy parts in our body that have certain beats, like the binaural beats, for example, that stimulate our brain a certain way. But this is not what I am focused on. What I think my music can support people in is because the words are so chosen with the intent to heal and the intent to tend the heart and to for them to feel to be seen and safe and heard in where they are. And I think whenever we have, it's like if we have a beautiful talk with someone or a loving hug, it helps us, right? It supports us. It gives us love. It gives us warmth. In this case, music can be that outer stimulation that can move something in our hearts and bring us inspiration, bring us to different states of beings, remember us about joy, about love, about how it feels to be connected, whatever it is in this moment for this person.
Okay. And right now, well, you will be tomorrow morning, you'll be connected with very, very many people. What will interest people is, have you got a podcast, Barbara, somewhere where we can listen to you more often, maybe, and some of your music?
I love that question because this is all what's coming. So there is a podcast in the making. There is recorded music in the making. So it's all going to come in the next month. And I'm also going to be available live or for bookings. So yes, end of March I'll be out and you're going to find me.
Okay, but nearer the time or at the time, we'll talk again. Okay, and you can give us all the exciting details, how we can listen, where we can listen, and so on and so on. Before we go, is there anything we've forgotten to talk about? Something you'd like to say as a last word?
You can find me on Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
At Instagram und Facebook und Barbara Mittere. This is the most recent thing, but also not that. There's not too much on it, but there is something you can get sneak peeks. And you will also see when things are going to be released and when things are going to be published and where I'm going to be singing. So this is maybe a good point to look at. And besides that, I think we covered a lot, and there is still so much more to say because it's a beautiful topic. But for now, I think it's good.
We can talk another time, Barbara. Barbara, you've really told us some very, very interesting things. You've given us a hint as where we can find you. We will be looking for you. Barbara Mittere, thank you very, very much indeed for this very, very good, very short discussion. Thank you, Barbara.
It was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Bye bye, Barbara.
Bye bye.